transfer to Manchester United today.
Football predictions.
Is Barbara no? Ipswich Town 1.
Football predictions.
Hi, it's Peter Guest, and I'm here with the Moose, and we're back for another episode of the Ligue 1 footballpredictions.net podcast, covering matches from the 13th to the 15th of December 2024. And you can see all the details for the matches we're about to discuss in this podcast on our website, in the description of this podcast, footballpredictions.net, along with the fixtures from just about every other football competition in the world from A to Z.
Yes, and on our website, it'll show you where to watch the games on local broadcast channels plus video streaming services, as well as team news and match shots from local bookmakers. Look in the description of this podcast episode for direct clickable links to all of the matches we're about to discuss. Geolocation and live streaming rules apply. 18 plus, gamble aware.
And to kick us off, we've got Toulouse, who are down in 10th, taking on Saint Etienne, who are even further down in 16th in the table. And it kicks off on Friday, the 13th of December, 7:45 UK time. And on our page on footballpredictions.net, you can find your localized kickoff time, odds, TV channels, and streaming services, one of which is Bet365. And you can use our bonus code FP365 if you're new to them when you join, and you can watch it free and subscription free. Give us the lowdown on these two.
Yeah, what's really interesting, especially if we look at our predictions, is that actually for the outcomes on both Toulouse and Saint-Etienne, we've had 5 out of 6 of the last, of each of them, for outcomes, when we look at their form in Ligue 1. So this is, 2 teams where we are, let's say, we are in good form, but are the teams also in good form? Toulouse has definitely picked up. First part of the season, the first 8 games, they had just 1 win, a home win against Le Havre. But over the last 6 games, they picked up 4 wins. They've lost 2, but it has to be said, those 2 defeats were 2 away matches at PSG and Monaco, 2 of the top teams this year or this season in Ligue 1. So you'd be forgiven to not picking up points from those. But the 4 wins came against Auxerre. That was their latest home game, Toulouse. That was a 2-0 win. And we predicted 2-0 to Toulouse in that game. They then beat Rennes 2-0 away. Then Reims 1-0 at home. We had 1-0 in that game, and they beat Montpellier 3-0 away. And we picked Toulouse to win that game as well. So yeah, overall Toulouse is looking better than the visitors from Saint-Etienne in this game, because Saint-Etienne in Ligue 1, 2 wins from the last 7, and that means the other 5 actually were 5 defeats. And if we don't forget, away from home, Saint-Etienne this season have shipped an awful lot of goals. They had a 4-0 defeat at Brest right at the beginning of the season, 8-0 at Nice, 4-2 at Angers, and then the most recent away game, we had put this one right up there because we had picked Rennes to beat Saint-Etienne 3-0. So over 2.5 goals, but no Saint-Etienne goals. Guess what? Rennes beat them 5-0. And then most recently, Saint-Etienne at home lost 2-0 to Marseille. And did we say over 2.5 in that one? No, we said under 2.5. We had under 2.5 goals and a Marseille win, and it ended 2-0. We have to just pick the Montpellier game. That was the most recent win because we had that on a correct score. And yeah, like I just said, 5 out of the last 6 outcomes we've had correct on Saint-Etienne as well. But yeah, away from home, Saint-Etienne, terrible form, and they're shipping an awful lot of goals. So that leads to our prediction, which I think everyone kind of can sense where it's going.
Yeah, but do you know what? There's a load of contradictions in this, because in our predictions here, because, we're actually going to go for both teams to score. But if you look at Toulouse, in their last 6 games, you would have, none of them were both teams to score. And also, if you look at Saint Etienne, they similarly, 5 out of their last 5 in a row in Ligue 1 have not been both teams to score. If we're going to buck the trend, we're going to go for both teams to score in this one. Yeah. And some other interesting contradictions that, Saint Etienne haven't lost to Toulouse when they've played them away from home in the last 3 games, but here's where we come into the sort of the good part of our prediction. But they're actually, like you said, they're without an away win in the last 9 league games, so they're going to need their travelling support. Conversely, Toulouse have left without the win over Saint Etienne in their previous 8 league games. So, I mean, anything could happen in this game, but you've got to nail your colours to the mast at some point, and we've gone for both teams to score prediction, which bucks every trend out there. But the good news is, if you do go for that and that comes off, odds there are 1.95. But yeah, if you decide to go for Toulouse to win, you've got odds of 1.45. So not great, which means that they're heavily favoured to actually win this game. So hopefully for them, they can get over the line on this occasion. And for us, we've gone for, like I said, both teams to score and 1.95. But you can go for a correct score prediction of 3-1, which is what we're going for, and you can get huge odds there of 12. That's 11 to 1. Just looking at our the other odds available on this too. A draw, you can get for 4.5, maybe not a bad shout. And St Etienne to win are all the way out at 7, so pretty big odds for them to get the win. But yeah, that's what we've decided on. By the way, on our poll on the site, 61% of you also think Toulouse will win, and only 17% St Etienne. So yeah, fascinating one, but full of contradictions. That Marseille next, who are in second, play Lille, who are up in 4th. This should be a great game. Kicks off on Saturday, the 14th of December, 4 p.m. UK time. And look in the description. You'll find a link to the match on footballpredictions.net, when you can see your local kickoff time, betting odds, and the available viewing options. One of which is the live stream, which you can get on Bet365. Use our bonus code FP365 if you haven't already, and when you're joining, and you can watch it live and subscription free and for free. But yeah, this should be good, this game, because some pretty strong sides here.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really interesting game, especially considering how these teams are doing this season. Marseille is sitting second in Ligue 1 with 29 points. They're just 5 points from PSG. But of course, they did lose that crucial game at home to PSG late October. They lost that 1-3-0. But overall, Marseille is in good form. They won 4 of the last 5. And the most recent home win was against Monaco, who of course is sitting third together with Marseille, who is in second, but they're both on 29 points. So that was a great win for Marseille, kind of made them catch up with Monaco there. Then last weekend, they went to Saint Etienne, beat them 2-0. We had them to win that game. We also had under 2.5 goals. And just to mention, we had both teams to score prediction against Monaco. However, if we look at Lille, unbeaten in 14 games going into this one, 10 games in League 1 and 4 games in the Champions League. And those matches in the Champions League does count opponents like Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Juventus. And most recently, they went to, they had a home game. Sorry, they didn't go there. They had a home game against Sturm Graz. We had both teams to score and Lille to win. It ended 3-2. Actually, on the correct score prediction, we had 3-1, so close enough. Away from home, Lille in Ligue 1, the most recent game was at Montpellier, and that ended 2-2. It also ended 2-2 at Nice, and actually away from home, Lille has just been a little bit more, let's say, quiet on the winning front. Only 1 win from their last 4 away matches, so 3 draws and 1 win. They also had a defeat at the beginning of the season at Saint Etienne. So, away from home, obviously not as strong as at home. However, overall, very strong form, and it's going to be a very interesting and tight contest here. But Marseille are looking good.
Yeah, they are. And Lille have been scored against in 5 out of the last 6 games. So, Marseille tend to score a lot. So we have gone for both teams to score prediction here, which is probably the safest one. But the good news is you can get pretty good odds of 1.75 for that. So that's pretty handy. Marseille to win is what we've gone for as well. This should be a tight game, though. I mean, this is like, there's no guarantee Marseille will win. They do have a good record, I know, against Lille. And in fact, but going to this, actually, they haven't won against Lille in the last 3 games in the league, Marseille. So yeah, they're going to need to step up a gear a little bit. But of course, some of these are draws because Lille haven't beaten Marseille when they've played them away from home in the last 5 matches in the league. So yeah, again, some contradictory kind of stuff going on a little bit in terms of difficult to pick a winner. Marseille to win, 2.15 odds. we've got the odds for a Lille win at 3.3. So yeah, there's not that much in it as far as the bookies are concerned. And we think it'll be a 2-1 win to the home side. So we've gone for that, and your odds of a 2-1 win on the correct score market is 9. That's 8-1. In our poll, 65% of you believe it'll be a Marseille win as well. It's not just us. And yeah, I think that really is pointing towards that sort of thing, but it could be tight. So it could be a draw. Easily be a draw. Did I mention the odds on the draw? I didn't. 3.5 odds on a draw. So take your pick, but we think both teams to score is probably the most likely, if you want our opinion. Next up, we've got Auxerre, who are in 8th, taking on Lens, who are in 7th. So very close. Kick-offs Saturday, 14th of December, 6 p.m. UK time for this game. Go into the description of the podcast. You'll find the link to footballpredictions.net, where you can see your local kick-off time, betting odds, and available viewing options. Live streamed on Bet365, of course, like all the Ligue games. And you can watch it free and subscription free. Just use our bonus code FP365. Yeah, it could be a great game, this, because very mixed results for both in recent weeks. Wins, losses, draws, but generally speaking, they're both in good form again.
Yeah, if we look at Auxerre, actually promoted from Ligue 2 last season, and they had a terrible start to the season. I mean, they had 4 defeats, conceding lots of goals across their first 5 games. They lost 4 out of their first 5 matches. However, since then, they've actually picked up 5 wins, 2 draws, and 2 defeats. They're now in 8th, almost on par with Lens here, on a similar amount of points, although Auxerre sits with 20, Lens with 23. And if we look at some of the results from Auxerre as well, they had a great win away to Marseille, most recently a 0-0 draw at home to PSG. So they've done really well picking up points, getting used to life in Ligue 1, and yeah, they've definitely set themselves up here, hopefully for another season. If we just go through the results, like I said, 0-0 at home to PSG. However, at Toulouse, they did lose 2-0. And guess what? We had 2-0 to lose in that game. And that came on the back of some good form from Auxerre, because prior to that game, they'd actually won 4 out of 5. That included wins against Angers, Marseille, and Rennes. If we look at Lens, who are the visitors here, they had a decent start to the season. No defeats from their first 8 matches. That included 3 wins and 5 draws. But yeah, since then, no draws at all. It's either been winning or losing for Lens. And they have picked up wins from the last 2 games. They beat Montpellier last time out. They beat them 2-0. And then the last away game at Reims, they won 2-0 as well. And yeah, they got 3 wins from the last 4 now. And generally speaking, they're looking like they've picked up some form again here. No matter what, this will be a very close game.
Yeah, Auxerre haven't been Lens in their last 6 games in the league. So they've done fairly well, but, they haven't done very well against Lens, but, just looking at the results of these 2 in the last couple of games, at least, kind of low scoring. I mean, it was a 0-0 Auxerre against PSG, where you expected goals in that game. Against Toulouse, it was a 2-0 loss for Auxerre, and then they won against Angers 1-0. So not many goals. Both teams didn't score in all those games, and they were under 2.5. Similarly for Lens, you've got the last game, for example, it was just 2 goals in that game. It was a 2-0 win for them, and then there were 2 goals in the game before that. It was not both teams to score in both of those games as well. So not both teams to score in all those games is quite interesting. And also that all those 5 games I mentioned have been under 2.5 goals. And that's what we're going for in this game. We've gone for an under 2.5 goals tip here. It's the odds of okay, you can get odds of 2 for that. So that's what we're recommending. But in terms of a winner, I mean, it's 8th versus 7th, and the 8th team's at home, so it's, it could go either way. So, but we have picked a winner, and we think Lens will carry on their great form and get the win, but it will be close. Odds, by the way, of the Lens win, 1.95 is what you can get at the current time, subject to change, of course. But yeah, we think it'll be so close, and we think there'll just be 1 goal in it, and we think it'll be the away team that nicks it, and a 1-0 correct score prediction to Lens will get you odds of 8. We can get odds of 8 for that at the moment. So that's what we're thinking might happen in this game. By the way, let's look at the other odds actually. The other odds, if you want to go for an Auxerre win, 3.8. Pretty good odds, I think.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and even it's tempting for the draw, 3.6.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a very tricky one. So you might want to go for the both teams to score just to for the under 2.5 goals, just to for something different. But it might be one to keep away from this one. But in our poll, 19% of you think Auxerre, 56% think Lens will win, and the other 26% are going for a draw. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. And let's move on to Reims, who are in 9th, who take on Monaco, who are in 3rd. And this is on Saturday, the 14th of December, 8 p.m. UK time. Go to our page in the description. You just click on the link and you'll find your localized kickoff time, odds, TV channels and streaming services. It is being live streamed on Bet365 and watch it for free and subscription free using our bonus code FP365 if you're new to them. And yeah, well, another couple of interesting last few weeks for these sides.
Yeah, Monaco actually started the season really, really well. Like they had 6 wins from the first 8, no defeats, 6 wins, 2 draws. But then since late October, 3 defeats from the last 6 in League One, and also in the Champions League, they've lost their last 2 matches against Benfica. And then midweek, they lost 3-0 at Arsenal. And we have them to lose 3-0 in that game. So we got a correct score there, but against Monaco. So yeah, overall, Monaco has run into quite a few defeats of late, including the Champions League. But of course, this is a League One game, and it is also at Reims, where their form is also sort of on a downward trend, because actually they started the season fairly decent as well. They had 4 wins from the first 7, 4 wins, 2 draws, and just 1 defeat. That included points against both PSG and Marseille as well. So pretty strong start. But yeah, the last 7 games, 4 defeats, 2 draws, and just 1 win at Le Havre. That was a 3-0 win though, but still not good form from them. Just 1 goal scored in the last 3 matches. No goals across the last 2 games. Their last game was a 0-0 draw away to Strasbourg, and their most recent home game ended in a 2-0 defeat to Lens. So yeah, not great form from Reims going into this game against Monaco, but Monaco, they do kind of have to pick up some form again and want to get into a bit of a groove. I know they've won their last League One game, but they have been pretty inconsistent of late, both in League One and in the Champions League. So they will be looking forward to hopefully picking up another win on their behalf.
Yeah, you would think so. And just looking at Reims, they don't score many goals, do they? They were 0-0 last time out. They didn't score a goal in the game before that, and then they just scored 1 against at home. That was against Lyon, and then somehow they scored 3 against Havre. But before that, they didn't score any in the game against Toulouse. And just the 1 against Brest. So yeah, kind of a low scoring team. They're going to find it difficult, I think, against Monaco, who do like to score. And usually they score 1 or 2, don't they? So yeah, we think it'll be probably a low scorer. So we've gone for an under 2.5 goals game here. The betting odds on that, you can get odds of 2.1 at the moment for under 2.5 goals. We think it'll be a Monaco win. So similar odds, 2.05 for that. You'd think that would be the most likely outcome given what's been happening. I know that Arsenal kind of beat Monaco very convincingly, but that was in the Champions League against a very good side. But Monaco, generally speaking, I mean, they're up in 3rd. They're having a fairly good season apart from the sort of recent not so great result that they had against Marseille. But yeah, we still think they'll get over the line. Now, for a correct score, we've gone just for a very tight game, a 1-0 away win to Monaco. So correct score 0-1, and the odds for that correct score up at 9.5, so that's something to maybe have a nibble at.
Very good one.
Yeah, but yeah, just the general odds. If you thought that Reims could get a win, 3.5, and a draw 3.6. Again, it's a tricky one. I'm not sure if you want to go too near it or put too much on this one if you're going to have a flusher on it, because it's not going to be an easy game to predict. Being at Reims, and but Monaco, yeah, we think they'll get over the line. Right, let's go to our summary matches. Montpellier 18th take on 6th placed Nice on 15th of December. That's Sunday at 2 p.m. UK time. You can watch it on Bet365. Use our bonus code FP365 if you're new to them to watch it free and subscription free. And for this game, we've gone for another under 2.5 goals game. And the correct score prediction we've gone for this one is Montpellier 0, Nice 1.
Yeah, and then Sunday, 15th of December, 4 o'clock UK time, we got Rennes in 12th, taking on Angers in 15th. For this game, we're going with a Rennes win and the outcome under 2.5 goals and a correct score prediction of 2-0 to Rennes.
And then next is Havre, who are 17th, taking on Strasbourg, who are 14th. And this one's on Sunday, the 15th of December, 4 p.m. UK time. Watch it on Bet365. Live stream for free and subscription free using our bonus code FP365 if you're new to them. And for this game, we've gone for another under 2.5 goals game. Getting predictable. It's the correct score prediction we've gone for is Havre 0, Strasbourg 1.
Yes, and another 4 o'clock kickoff on Sunday, the 15th of December. We've got Brest in 11th, taking on Nantes in 13th. Another game you can watch live and free on Bet365, signing up with that bonus code FP365 for this one. Another under 2.5 goal game. We're going with a 1-0 prediction for Brest. So a Brest home win of 1-0.
And rounding it all off with PSG, who are, of course, top of the league, taking on Lyon, who are in 5th. Kicks off on Sunday the 15th at 7:45 in the UK time evening. And again, stream it on Bet365. Use our bonus code FP365 and you can watch it subscription free and live and free. Now, for this one, we've gone for a bit of a goal fest. We've gone for both teams to score as well. And the prediction we've gone for is PSG 1. Sorry, let's start again. PSG 3, Lyon 1. And it's worth mentioning that if you are planning on watching these games live streamed on Bet365, geolocation and live streaming rules apply. 18+ gambleware.org. And again, use that bonus code FP365 if you're a new customer.
Yes, and in the description area of this podcast, you can see the links to all the games we've just covered. Or simply visit footballpredictions.net. Why do that? Well, that's where you can browse all the online sources to watch the games from your location via streaming and TV channels, and tips for different betting markets, team news, as well as the best offers and odds.
You might also be interested to know that we produce these football podcasts for a number of competitions in addition to this one, and you can hear them all at podcast.footballpredictions.net or where you source your local, your favorite podcasts from, and that includes YouTube and Spotify, Apple, etc. That's it. Thanks for joining us, and until the next one, it is
Au revoir.
au revoir.
A football prediction.